my daughter.
Biaja Odom.
And she's joining me today. She's homesick from school, so I figured we'd get her in the video here. She has a pet there. What you got?
A lizard, and I'm gonna name him Scout.
Okay, so what we're doing today, if y'all been following my series, I've been doing the Dungeon Command Blood of Grumps series. But today, or actually yesterday, I got my copy of Dead or Winter in finally. And so you can only do an unboxing once, right? So we're going to do the unboxing now and go ahead and take a look at the components. And then in future videos, I'll finish up the Dungeon Command series. So without anything further, let's get right into the box. Okay, so here we go. Let's go on and get right into it. Looks like we already got it slightly open there, so we'll just tear it open from there. You can see the artwork on the back as well. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, here we got the manual right up on top. Looks like pretty good quality. I've read through it before. It's pretty well written. The rules, for the most part, any questions, if you're not unsure about something, can be answered through common sense for the most part, but also I guess there are a few things that are a little ambiguous. Let's see. We've got the external locations: police station, grocery store, school, library, hospital, gas station, and then player reference cards, which you've got enough of those for everybody as well, so that's good. What do you think of those?
Cool.
Yeah? Alright, so there's the player reference. You can see it's got the entire round summary, and then your turn actions there as well. Here we've got a punch board with all the various tokens you're going to need. Let's see. These are pretty small, but as far as the thickness goes, seems like pretty good thickness. Okay. Alright, here's some of the characters right here. Of course, we'll be punching them out. Same thickness as the tokens from a moment ago.
And you will be punching out the zombies.
Yeah, there's some zombies.
Kind of creep me out.
The zombies creep you out?
Yep.
Alright.
So I'm not going to try to look at them.
Here's the main player board. Right here. Okay, that's definitely good quality. I mean, that's real nice right there. That's not going to have any wear and tear. Nothing excessive anyway. This is a bag of bags for sorting, which that's always a good thing. That makes you feel good about people that made it.
And there's dice, which I have no idea what it's for. Kind of, but I don't remember.
Yeah. So, bag of dice right here. Of course, the infamous exposure die for anybody who's done any sort of reading up on the game. And I think this is how much spaces you have to move. No, actually, it's not that. But we'll get into that. So, yeah, a whole bunch of dice here, too, for all the players. And actually, with these dice, they are a little bit on the small side. I'd say, if you consider your standard size 6-sided die, what you might find in Risk or Monopoly, any of those old school games, and this is probably maybe 3/4 that size, maybe half, but it's definitely smaller. Well, so let's look into this one. This right here, this deck of cards, I believe, is the cards for some of the locations. This is the grocery store. You see it at the bottom. grocery store. You got food and medicine. As you go through, let's see. Yeah, see. So now your gas station. All right. As far as the thickness of these cards, they're probably a little bit on the thin side. I'd say similar to maybe Pandemic, which I've always thought those cards are a little bit thin. I'm going to be sleeving all of them, so that probably won't matter too much. And then I'm not going to open up all these packs right now, but this has some starter items, and I would imagine there's some more. But you know what? Let's open this one up and see. So this has starter items. Okay, we got some other locations: police station, school. So this is going to have some more locations right here. See some more school cards there. I'm sure there's other locations in there as well. All right, these are going to be maybe scenario cards, and let's see what else. That's an exiled objective card right there. Okay, so that's some of these are. And then, so here's scenario cards. You see one side, these symbols, that's the hardcore side. That's the regular side. All right, what else we got here? Oh, and then here's some of your character cards. All right. Here, baby girl, you want to look through this? Here are your plastic stands for all your cardboard standees. Looks like this is going to be objectives. So, yep, so these are your secret objectives. And of course, some betrayal objectives as well. And here are crisis cards. All the different crisis cards here. A couple of standees that apparently fell out of their spot. And, oh yeah, there's some more. And finally, what this game's all about. The Crossroads card deck. Which, of course, is one of the big things that sets this game apart from everything else. So here's everything punched out, put on their stands. Take one more quick look over everything. Again, here's a barricade token. You've got helpless survivors right here. Got the wounds and frostbite wounds token. Some noise tokens right here. Here are the zombie tokens if you run out of zombie standees. Right here you've got food token and then a starvation token. Again, the dice, exposure die with nothing, a wound, frostbite wound, and the infamous zombie bite tooth. Okay, with your item decks, just a quick closer look at what you might find. For instance, at the gas station, you'll find stuff like a lighter, which can be used as a weapon when it's combined with fuel. And here's fuel that helps you move from location to location. You got switchblades. You got outsider cards, which help bring in more survivors, but also bring in helpless survivors. A Crossroads deck, and you can see up top here is the italicized section that's going to trigger the Crossroads card. Let's look at a couple of crisis cards real quick. Starvation. So this one you'd have to donate food to the cause. Or for one like this, you have to donate tools. And you can see that if you don't do it, it's going to add 8 zombies to the colony and you can lose 1 morale. So take a look at the difference between a standard side of the objective card versus the hardcore side. The standard side, morale is going to start at 5, round trigger at 6, and you add 2 zombies to every location. On the hardcore side, morale starts at 5, round trigger starts at 6. So those are the same in this case, but then you add 12 zombies to the colony and 3 zombies to all the locations. So you can see that is pretty significant. In this case, there's actually different victory conditions for 2 to 3 players versus 4 to 5 players. Example of an exiled secret objective. If you're not the betrayer and you've been exiled, so you've been exiled wrongly, you'd have this section here. If you were the betrayer, then you'd have this section here. All right, a couple different survivors. Ashley Ross, who's a construction worker, you can see that she can build a barricade without using an action die, which is very helpful. Daniel Smith, the sheriff, he's able to kill 2 zombies and only roll the exposure die once when doing so. Take a look at 2 different possible secret objectives. This one right here, you win the game if the following is true. The main objective has been completed and you control only 1 survivor. So in that case, you're actually going to be trying to get rid of your survivors somehow. Which could draw suspicion. But then a betrayal objective, you win the game if morale is at 0, you have only 1 survivor in your following, you have at least 1 weapon card equipped to each survivor you control, and you have at least 1 food, medicine, and fuel card in your hand. And in this case, starter cards don't count. Got these little tokens just to keep track of morale and the rounds. And then, of course, your standees. While they're not miniatures, they do have some pretty fantastic art on them. One thing I will say that I wish was different is that as far as the zombies go, there's only 3 different versions of the zombies. You got this female zombie right here. This male zombie, and this one. And those are the only 3 versions of a zombie in the game. So there you have it. That's what you get inside the box. The components are really good quality here. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. After I finish up my Dungeon Command series, I'll get back to you with the rules, gameplay, and review of Dead of Winter. That'll give me plenty of time to really take a look at hopefully all the scenarios before I get back to you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section below. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like the videos. Until next time, if you're bored online,
bored offline.